This is CBS 5 News.
Right now at 5:30, we're tracking the aftermath of that massive fire that lit up Gilbert last night. You could see the flames for miles. Just take a look at the view from the sky. This is from our Penguin Air and Plumbing news chopper. Here is what we know so far. It took about 150 firefighters to contain the fire. About 20 people who lived nearby were forced to evacuate, but they were able to go back home this morning. Tonight, the cause is still under investigation. Let's get straight out to CBS 5's Liana Enriquez. She is live in Gilbert with the very latest. Good evening, Liana.
Hi, good evening. Yeah, I'm here near Gilbert and Guadalupe where that massive fire occurred. Now, you can still smell a really strong scent of like campfire and smoke. It's still pretty pungent out here. Now, let me step aside so you can actually see what's left behind, just a burnt shell. That's it. Now, the newest update here is that all the residents were allowed to return to their homes today. This apartment complex was being built in phases, so there were some buildings that were occupied. However, it was the 5 new phases of the buildings that were under construction in that complex that went up in flames, all those completely destroyed. Today, we spoke with a couple residents who described the chaos of the fire last night.
About 7 o'clock, I was watching TV in my living room, and I actually felt the heat first coming through the windows, and I looked out and saw the townhouse, the ones under construction, kitty-corner to us. We're just starting to burn.
I ran outside and saw flames coming from the top, and we were all told to evacuate. It was pretty crazy.
As I mentioned, those residents are back home and safe tonight, but that fire, a very difficult one to put out. According to Gilbert Fire, it was a 4-alarm fire, and it took about 150 firefighters to get that blaze under control and to protect all the exposures. Luckily, there were no reported injuries, and the cause of the fire is still under investigation. And coming up at 10 tonight, one of those residents we spoke to actually show us what that extreme heat did to his home and his vehicle. You got to take a look. Again, that's coming up at 10 o'clock tonight. In Gilbert, Liana Enriquez, CBS 5 News.
All right, Liana, we look forward to that. Thank you. In Phoenix, a woman and her dog narrowly escape a house fire overnight. The woman woke up to popping sounds and saw huge flames inside her home near 12th Street and Indian School. She's safe tonight, but she's heartbroken. Some of her pets were left inside.
Unfortunately, she had up to 2 or 3 cats and possibly a dog that might have perished in the fire. But she's obviously really disheveled right now, and it's hard for her to grasp the words to describe what's going on in her life.
Firefighters were able to keep the fire from spreading to other apartments. The cause is under investigation. Other stories we are tracking around the valley tonight. 2 people are in the hospital after a nasty crash, and police are still trying to track down the driver. Witnesses say a Mustang and BMW were street racing near Central and Watkins Street. 2 people inside one of the cars took off on foot after the crash. 2 others were injured and were left at the scene. Police are investigating whether alcohol was a factor. We're getting our first look at the man accused of a deadly stabbing. Police believe 38-year-old Olin KPHO killed a man after an argument near 19th Avenue in Peoria. It happened on Friday night. KPHO is now facing a second-degree murder charge. Police say a man wanted for a double murder in Tucson is on the run. This is 49-year-old Raymond Valencia. Investigators say they believe he shot a 48-year-old man and 18-year-old woman in their home last night. If you see him, they say do not approach him. They believe he is armed and dangerous.
Could see a car flying up in the air. It looked like Superman had just lifted up a car from on the bridge and threw it right off the bridge.
Well, that person witnessed a truck plunging 60 feet in the air, landing in the middle of a motorcycle festival in San Diego. 4 people died as a result. Tonight, we're learning 2 of those 4 people were from Chandler. One victim was a 62-year-old man, the other a 50-year-old woman. We're working to get their names. 8 other people were hurt. The driver, Richard Cipolio, has been arrested for suspicion of driving under the influence. On the campaign trail, Chelsea Clinton is making her way to the Valley to campaign for her mom. The former first daughter will be making a stop at Arizona State University on Wednesday. She'll be talking to supporters at an early vote rally. Doors are set to open at 12:30 in the afternoon. Well, these new ledges are the key to allowing students back inside classrooms tomorrow at Challenger and Landmark schools. CBS 5's Jeff Van Sant is live in Glendale to explain.
Yeah, this takes a lot of stress off the backs of students and parents because for the last 3 weeks they've had to go to different schools. Parents have had to change their schedules around. But the good news also is here that the fact that the school district has come under budget and under time to get this project complete. A headache for parents and students is finally coming to an end.
It's been quite a hassle, actually. My girlfriend's the one that takes them. They actually did something with the buses where they pick them up at the school and then they send them over to the other school.
Javier Villagomez's kids went to Landmark, and for 3 weeks they had to go elsewhere.
You know, my wife's actually been having a rough time because she had to get up really, really early. They had to be there at a certain time.
Structural issues were found at Landmark and Challenger Middle. The district moved in quickly and shut those schools down, sending more than 1,000 students to neighboring facilities. A $2.4 million construction project quickly got underway, reinforcing the outer walls.
They're hardly noticeable. They look more like an architectural feature. But you'll see these little shelves coming out from the building that weren't there before.
Even better, the project had a 5-week window. The project is finished in 3 and under budget, and life can get back to normal for students, teachers, and parents.
Not just the students, but the teachers are going to be very happy to be back in their own classrooms. I mean, this is home for them.
So now she's actually going to be very comfortable. Like, I don't have to get up that early.
Now, we do understand that the kids are going to be coming back here tomorrow morning, so that is some good news for the parents, as well as we know that they did inspect both these schools and said everything is okay. And we understand they've actually are beginning to inspect other schools within the district as well. Back to you.
All right, Jeff, thank you. New tonight, the Diamondbacks have announced the team's new general manager, Mike Hazen. His name might sound familiar to you. He spent 11 seasons working for the Boston Red Sox. Hazen also played 4 years at Princeton University before he went on to the minor leagues. This move comes after the Diamondbacks parted ways with the GM and manager earlier this month. We will have much more on Hazen coming up in sports. Still to come on CBS 5, there was a special surprise at this morning's Fallen Firefighters Memorial. What families saw for the very first time. Plus, the waves were crazy in Washington State, but it wasn't enough to stop this man. Why he said it was the perfect time to hang 10. And ever wonder what it's like to see behind the scenes here? You can find out now. I'm doing a live broadcast over Facebook. Just head over to the CBS 5 Facebook page and start interacting.